Okay, so I bought a watch winder several years ago for my Seiko kinetic watches, not realizing at the time that a normal watch winder that turns clockwise or counterclockwise in a continuous motion over a period of time, then stops, turns again, will not charge or wind my kinetic watch. And so what I was able to do was modify, and this happens to be a Versa watch winder. I modified this watch winder to where actually it will. So instead of doing that little constant turn motion, my watch winder now does this. And that little swing that it's doing as it comes around, that's the actual motion that's going to wind or charge these kinetic watches. Now, before I go further, I must let you know that the modifications I made to this watch winder will void the warranty. No questions, no doubts about it. It will void your warranty. So make these changes, modifications at your own risk. I can't guarantee how long the motors will last. I can't guarantee anything. That you're going to do this at your own risk. And so what I've done is take an existing watch winder and that I had before, and I'll show you how to do it. There's 4 screws in the back, one here, 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 and here. When you remove those, you'll be able to remove the main portion of the watch winder, which I have here. And I've removed one of the motors. This is the motor that I'm going to show you. They both connect to the back with 3 screws, and I've got them removed. There's one here, and one here. So when you remove those, the motor will lift up, and you see that 3 little cogs right there. Now there may be a little rubber vinyl covering over those that fits pretty tightly, because it actually then allows it to fit snugly in this little wheel that connects to that barrel underneath that the watch fits in and going to spin. So in order to make this do this motion, you have to modify these 2 plastic pieces, this one and this one. So I simply pried this off with a screwdriver. I took a little grinding wheel and I ground 2 of these little fingers off, or nubs, to where all you had was one sticking up. And then on this one, a little trickier, because I actually had to remove that little center felt that covers that hole, because there's a single screw in there. And I also had to take the screws out from these pieces to separate this into 2. That allows you to get that barrel out, because you can then, there's 3 screws that hold this piece to the barrel. Actually, it holds it to this bracket. And then you take that same little grinder wheel and you remove 2 of these. So you're left with 1. And so when that motor piece with only 1 of those left turns, it connects it on one side, it turns it around, but then gravity takes over and it'll allow it to flop down, doing that motion again. So again, this will void your warranty. Can't guarantee how long your motors will last, or can't guarantee you'll do it correctly and you won't break it completely. But really, that's all you need to do. And I've used this for quite some time. One of my motors did wear out. And what I also found out was if one motor burns out, it may cause the other one not to work. And I thought both my motors were bad in my older unit. And as it turned out, one of the motors is still good. I simply just swapped it out. So if you take it apart in the back, you'll see that there are these little connections, the little connectors you can unplug that motor from, and try one unplugged and to see if it still works. That's just a guess on my part. But anyway, this will allow you to create a Seiko kinetic watch winder, but it will void your warranty.